Kelley Blue Book put a 5-year price tag on America's best-selling SUV. Sticker price, $30,000. Real cost after depreciation, insurance, fuel, and repairs, over $42,000. That's still less than what the average American spends owning any new vehicle at all. The question nobody's asking: why does one compact SUV keep beating an entire industry of louder, flashier competitors year after year without fail? Not the fastest, not the cheapest, not the one getting the YouTube reviews with 1 million views and a launch day controversy, and yet it outsells almost every other non-pickup vehicle in the country every single year for 8 years running. That's the question this video is actually built around, and the answer isn't marketing. It's a number most car ads never put on screen. Every car ad in America is built around the sticker price, what you pay to drive it off the lot. That number is almost never the number that matters. According to A's own 2025 driving cost study, the average new vehicle in America costs its owner $11,577 a year to keep on the road, once you count depreciation, financing, fuel, insurance, maintenance, and fees. Over 5 years, that's close to $58,000 for a car that started somewhere around $35,000. Depreciation alone eats more of that than anything else. AAA puts the average vehicle's yearly value loss at over $4,300. That's before a single oil change, before a single tank of gas. So if every SUV loses value the moment you drive it home, why does this one specific model keep costing its owners thousands less than everyone else? The best-selling vehicle you didn't know was best-selling. In 2025, Toyota sold 479,288 units of one SUV in the United States. That's not a typo. That number makes it the best-selling non-pickup vehicle in the entire country, ahead of every sedan, every luxury brand, every 3-row family hauler on the market. It's held that title for 8 consecutive years running, and demand hasn't slowed down. In early 2026, when Toyota unveiled the redesigned version, dealers across the country reported selling out of the outgoing model entirely. Gas variants gone in every state, plug-in hybrids nearly impossible to find, while buyers waited weeks rather than switch to a competitor. That vehicle is the Toyota RAV4. Nobody talks about the RAV4 the way they talk about a Tesla or a Bronco. There's no launch event drama, no viral test drives, no controversy. It's the vehicle equivalent of a reliable coworker nobody thinks to mention until you actually need something done. And that's exactly the problem with how Americans shop for cars. The vehicles that generate the most attention online are rarely the ones that save the most money in real life. The depreciation gap. This is where it gets interesting. iSeeCars analyzed more than 950,000 5-year-old vehicle transactions between March 2025 and February 2026 to figure out which cars actually hold their value and which ones don't. The average vehicle in that study lost 41.8% of its worth after 5 years. Compact SUVs as a category did worse than that average, with iSeeCars pegging the segment's typical 5-year loss somewhere around 40 to 45%, depending on trim and drivetrain. The RAV4 lost 25%, not 25% of the industry average, 25% period. According to iSeeCars, that makes it the strongest value retention of any compact SUV sold in America heading into 2026. Kelley Blue Book's own cost-to-own data backs this up almost to the dollar. A 2025 RAV4 with an MSRP around $30,600 depreciates by about $13,941 over 5 years. Compare that to a competitor losing 40 to 45% of a similar sticker price, and you're looking at a gap of $5,000 to $10,000 in retained value on a car that isn't even the most expensive one in its class to begin with. The hybrid version tells almost the exact same story. Toyota's own sales figures show RAV4 hybrid volume climbing 29% year over year, and it now makes up more than a third of all RAV4 sales in the country. That variant holds value at nearly the identical rate to the standard gas model, despite carrying a higher sticker price and a battery pack that, on paper, should make used buyers nervous. It doesn't. If anything, hybrid demand has pushed used RAV4 hybrid prices up faster than the segment average because buyers increasingly want the fuel savings without giving up the resale certainty. Why does any of this matter more than people think? Because depreciation isn't a cost you feel at the pump or notice at a repair shop. It's silent. It happens whether the car is on the highway or parked in a driveway overnight. And according to nearly every major cost study in the industry, AAA, Vincentric, iSeeCars, Edmunds, it is by a wide margin the single largest expense of owning any vehicle in America, larger than fuel, larger than insurance, larger than maintenance and repairs combined. What it actually costs to keep depreciation is only half the story. The other half is what an owner spends just to keep the thing running, month after month, year after year. Kelley Blue Book's full 5-year cost breakdown on the RAV4 puts total out-of-pocket expenses, everything outside of depreciation, at $28,819. Inside that number, about $4,700 in fuel, $5,451 in scheduled maintenance, $11,120 in insurance, $1,695 in repairs, and the remainder split between financing charges and state fees. CarEdge's independent projection lands close by, estimating maintenance at roughly $388 a year through the first 5 years of ownership, and insurance averaging around $1,990 annually, both of which sit comfortably below what most compact SUVs in the same price bracket typically run. Add it all up, and the RAV4's total 5-year cost to own comes out to about $42,760. That sounds like a lot until you put it next to the national baseline. AAA says the typical new vehicle in America costs its owner $11,577 every single year. Multiply that across 5 years, and you land close to $58,000. The RAV4 comes in thousands below that figure on a vehicle that also happens to be, by a wide margin, the single most popular one on American roads. That gap isn't a coincidence. It's the direct result of two things working together at the same time: depreciation that barely moves, and running costs that stay close to the bottom of the class. Most car buyers focus on one or the other, whichever number happens to be in front of them at the moment. The RAV4's real advantage comes from quietly winning both categories at once, year after year, without either one standing out enough to make headlines. Why Toyota wins the category almost every year. None of this happened by accident. Vincentric, the analytics firm most automakers actually use to benchmark ownership costs across the industry, has awarded Toyota its Best Value SUV and Van Brand title 8 separate times. Their methodology weighs 8 distinct factors: depreciation, fees and taxes, financing, fuel, insurance, maintenance, opportunity cost, and repairs, evaluated across all 50 states and a range of mileage profiles and insurance risk tiers. Year after year, Toyota's SUV lineup lands at or near the top of that ranking. And the RAV4 is the model doing most of the heavy lifting simply because of how many of them are on American roads generating real ownership data. Reliability is the quiet engine underneath all of it. A car that rarely breaks down doesn't just save its owner money in repair bills directly. It also protects resale value indirectly because used buyers trust it enough to pay closer to what it's actually worth. That trust compounds year over year. Every reliable mile on the road becomes a small deposit into the car's future resale price, which is exactly why the RAV4's depreciation curve stays so flat compared to competitors that look similar on paper but carry a shakier reputation among used buyers. There's also a scale effect that rarely gets mentioned. Because Toyota sells close to 500,000 RAV4s a year, parts are cheap. Independent mechanics know the platform inside and out, and dealerships rarely lack inventory for repairs. A car that's everywhere is, almost by definition, cheaper to keep running than a car that's rare. Where the story gets complicated. No investigation is honest if it only tells one side of it. The RAV4 is not flawless, and treating it like it is would undercut everything this video just spent several minutes proving with data. Consumer Reports' latest reliability data flags a handful of real, recurring issues, especially in the redesigned 2026 model. Owners have reported infotainment systems freezing mid-drive, occasional transmission hesitation during stop-and-go traffic, and complaints about a 12-volt auxiliary battery that drains unexpectedly, in some cases leaving people stranded and needing a jump start. Toyota has issued multiple recalls across the RAV4 lineup in the last 2 years alone, ranging from instrument panel software errors that could hide critical warning lights to backup camera glitches affecting visibility in reverse. None of these are catastrophic engine or transmission failures, but they're real, they're documented, and anyone shopping based purely on brand reputation deserves to know they exist before assuming Toyota reliability means zero problems. There's a second complication too, and it has nothing to do with the car itself. Every dollar this SUV saves an owner in depreciation and running costs can be quietly erased at the finance desk. Dealer markups above MSRP, especially during periods of low inventory like the 2026 model transition, extended warranties nobody asked for, paint protection packages, VIN etching fees, and longer loan terms that stretch financing charges out over 6 or 7 years instead of 5. All of it eats directly into the exact savings this video just spent several chapters proving exist on paper. A vehicle with the lowest cost to own in its class can still become an expensive mistake if the person buying it never looks past the monthly payment on the screen in front of them. What almost nobody talks about. So, why doesn't this story get told more often on a car this popular with numbers this strong? Partly because it's boring, and boring doesn't travel well. A car that doesn't break down, doesn't lose value fast, and doesn't generate headlines isn't built for attention in an algorithm-driven media landscape. The vehicles that dominate automotive content, the trucks, the EVs, the performance cars, are the ones with drama built directly into their story. A launch controversy, a range anxiety debate, a lap time record, a compact SUV quietly holding 75% of its value for half a decade doesn't have a dramatic story to tell. It just has a spreadsheet, and spreadsheets don't get clicks. But that spreadsheet is where the actual money lives, not in the sticker price on the windshield, not in the horsepower number on the spec sheet. In the 5 years after the sale, when depreciation, insurance, fuel, and repairs either quietly drain a household's budget every single month or quietly don't. The RAV4 isn't magic, and it was never trying to be. It's not the cheapest SUV to buy outright, and Toyota has never marketed it that way. What it's proven consistently, for almost a decade running, across independent studies from AAA, iSeeCars, Vincentric, and Kelley Blue Book alike, is that the vehicles that actually save Americans the most money are rarely the ones anyone's talking about online. They're simply the ones nobody feels the need to.